Welcome everyone. Welcome. This is the Lawpath presentation for the Victorian Government Small Business Digital Adaptation Program. Just while we wait, it'll be great to hear from you guys. You know, you've been customer of ours for a little while, which is amazing. So it would be great to hear where you're from in Victoria and what kind of business you run. We'll kick things off in a couple of minutes, just waiting while everyone fills up the room. So let us know where you're from and what type of business you're in. Thank you. Welcome. Great to have you. We'll just kick this off in a couple of minutes, just waiting for everyone else to join in the room. In the meantime, jump on the comments there of your business, what you guys do and where you're located. That'd be great. Amazing. Digital marketers. A whole lot of digital marketers coming on board currently, which is great. Everyone's taking their businesses online. Mortgage brokers, mixing it up. Fantastic. Welcome, Natasha. Just kick this off in a couple of minutes, just while everyone fills up. Let us know where you're from, guys, and what industry you're in. I want to tailor this. I want to, the more engagement I get, the better I get at this. It's easier. But we'll kick it off soon. So everyone fill in. Hello, Evan. Hello, Ashish. Welcome. Hey, Rob. Amazing. Welcome, Jessica. Great to have everyone. Everyone's from all over. We've got all these different type of industries, which is amazing. Welcome. Just while everyone trickles in, let us know what industry you're in, what you guys get up to, and where you're based. That'd be great. Dandenong, welcome. Designer, welcome, Jack. Great to have you. Amazing. Okay. We're in South Melbourne when we can get to the office. Yes, absolutely. We're exactly the same. Great. Kick this off shortly. Amazing. Okay. Yeah, in the comments, it'd be great if you guys popped any of the legal questions that you get, or any of the questions that you have around what this grant is. I'm obviously going to explain how it all works and what it all looks like. So this is a bit of a partnership that we've done with the Victorian government, and we'll kick it off in about 30 to 60 seconds, just while everyone trickles in. Okay. We've got a whole heap of people. I think it's just that thing, right? Everyone's just at home. Why not jump on a webinar? So I am going to try and make this the least boring webinar of your day. So wish me luck. I know legal is one of those things that can definitely be put into the boring category, but now that we've partnered with the Victorian government grant, it is very interesting indeed. So let's kick this thing off. We're super excited. So let's dive in. Okay, so where are we? There we go. Okay, so why are we here? Obviously, I don't really want to go too much into the COVID situation and what the effect it's had on businesses. But what we can see here is we've had a whole heap of people, small businesses, you guys are included actually, in this digitization of businesses, people coming online and using online services, online service providers. Xero did a survey where they figured that 39% of businesses use online professional services. So that's like our platform, for instance. That number now sits at 52%. So businesses are now going online a lot more. one of the things actually to mention on this, I know this is a bit of a doomy, gloomy subject, the whole COVID-19, but there was a really interesting stat that came out with the Deloitte Access Economic Forecast that was saying that Australia is going to grow 4.4% this year, and Victoria is going to be a standout performer, bouncing back 5.3%. So although it does feel a little bit tough at the moment, it's we've got some green shoots shooting through, which is good. So what is the Small Business Digital Adaptation Program? Well, essentially what's happened is the government has committed $20 million to help small businesses get back on their feet. So it's all about small to medium businesses getting up, getting rocking, getting rolling for $1,200 for getting access to these platforms. So that's the whole premise. Dan Andrews and his friends have gotten together to give out these funds. Now, for the customers that have been around for a little while, you may have seen that there was a Small Business Digital Adaptation Program that was going on. It's still this one. It's just been extended and put back together again. So it ended at the end of June. So this is actually that rebate that we're talking about now. So if you've already claimed the rebate, you can't reclaim it again. So it would be the same one that's already gone through. But that's what this link here is for. It gives you a bit of a snapshot overview, but I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do a good enough job, but you can check that out and in the comments below. So let's have a look. Perfect. Eligibility. So this is a pretty easy eligibility criteria that they have set. They're trying to make it super easy and super accessible for small businesses. All you need to do is have an ABN registered since September 2019. Be a sole trader or a small business, be located in Victoria. In the comments, can you guys write yes or no if you fit these criteria? So having an ABN registered since September 2019, you need to be in Victoria and have a ABN registered before them. Let me know, are you eligible? Yes, I have plenty of them. Gosh, okay. That's the type of customer we like. Evan, happy to help out. Great, welcome guys. Yes, no. Now, for the people that have no, unfortunately, I know it is September 2019 is a little while ago, but what we do have is a bit of a special offer. So what we'll do, we'll send that out to you guys, and you'll be able to get access discounts for those plans, which is great. Great. Okay. Yes. Great to have you. Good. Okay. So how does it all work? How do we apply? One way to actually check is here. I'm going to pop this in the comments now. The ABN eligibility criteria, ABN checker. So what's happened is we've connected in with the government. So you just enter in your ABN and it will tell you if you're eligible. Because if you're like, oh, I don't know if it was September or November, that'll be able to check you and it'll give you a big green tick and you'll be able to get access to that. So this is how you apply. Super easy. This is what we want to make it for you. This is what the government wants to do. All you have to do, go back, check your eligibility and the eligibility criteria, ABN registered before September 2019. You then purchase the legal advice plan. So you actually pay for the legal advice plan with the cash. Then what happens is we send you a Lawpath invoice. So the legal advice plan invoice is what you then provide to the government. There is a form that you fill in. 6 weeks later, you're guaranteed by the government to get those funds back. So what is it? Check your eligibility, make sure you're eligible. You then purchase the subscriptions that we have here. Now, this is a conversation with our existing customers already. So you'll already be on the Essentials plan. So I'm going to be mainly focusing around what the legal advice plan is, just so I'm not doubling up on the platform, the subscription that you already have. So you purchase the legal advice plan, we send you the invoice, and then you get those funds back within 6 weeks once you go through the form, which is amazing. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a snapshot overview of what Lawpath is, how we work. Obviously, you've been a customer of ours, so you have a bit of an understanding. Let's have a look here. So Lawpath is Australia's largest legal technology company. So what we do is we help small to medium businesses out with all their legals. And you've probably already figured this out, but a lot of small businesses spend a whole heap of money. So a big point here is that people are spending $7,600 on legals for the year, for the year. 20% are spending over 10,000. We really don't think that that's the right way to go. I was just speaking to a client about an hour ago, and they were saying, hey, I just got a services agreement for $1,200. I need help with my website documents. Wow, okay, $1,200. That's not really, a great price. We can definitely help you out for all the documents, and that's what you guys have access to now. You have access to the document library. Great. Oh, here's what some of our customers are saying. This is always good. Hopefully you guys have some good things to say about us and how you use us. But we've got 3 others on top of that you can see there. What are the areas that we can help you out with? So some of you may have come to us for a specific reason, right? You would have said, hey, I'm just starting up my new business. I need help with structuring my legals, right? I have a company and I have intellectual property and I want to create a company structure and have that intellectual property assigned to a different company for structuring purposes. Or you might have been hiring your staff for the first time. But just so you all know, we do everything in the legal space. So all the way from setting up your website, setting up your company, hiring your first staff member. Once you've got staff, you've got to think about workplace policies. We have over 80 in the platform. Then you're going to need to think, okay, well, I'm starting to build a really big brand and someone's just trying to copy my logo. What do I do? Well, put some protection around that. Then obviously you've got your relationship with your customers and also relationships with the suppliers. And that's exactly what we do and how we all kind of help out. We've got all the legal documentation around that. But what this is about, now you already have access to the essentials plan, but what this session is about is our legal advice plan. So that is one step. That's the next step up for small businesses, right? It is unlimited 30-minute phone calls with a lawyer to discuss any commercial business matter question that comes up. So just to give you a bit of context, it's not about just paying $500 every time you get a question with a lawyer. It's about paying an annual fee, which is sorted out by the government. It is where's the rebate? Fully rebated back, but then you have unlimited calls with a lawyer. So if anything happens in your business, if a staff member walks off site, if a staff member, I don't know, takes all your customers, what do you do? Hey, I don't understand what this clause means in this agreement. What does it, what does it mean? Let's walk through it together. You can also have document review on this plan as well. Now, the way it works is the legal advice plan is $1,068 for the year. But what we've actually done is created a 14-month access. That way, you're maximizing the grant. So rather than having $100 and odd spare, we've just added an additional 2 months for you. Either option is absolutely fine. You can take either or, but then you're getting the full $1,200 worth of the grant. So that is on-demand legal advice, unlimited 30-minute calls, on-call contract review, and then access to all the documentation as well. Now, what I'm going to do is jump into the platform and give you guys a bit of a walkthrough of how it all works. But are there any questions so far? Has anyone got any questions about the Victorian grant, how it works? I'm just going to go back to it. Are you eligible? Have you got a ABN registered since September 2019 and you're located in Victoria? If that's a yes, what you do is then purchase the legal advice plan. Once that's done, you pay the $1,068. It's the $1,200, and then you get an invoice, and then that invoice is sent to you. You then go through the government form, which takes 5 minutes to get through, and then you get those full funds back, and then you have the legal advice plan for a full 12 months. Now, that is how it works there. So any questions relating to anything of how that works, let me know. For the customers that understand it and are happy with that, what you can do is go to, I'll send you the link in the comments for the how to claim the $1,200. But for those that want a bit more of a run through, I'm happy to show you how it works. So now we already know how the document platform works, right? You go to legal documents, you create a legal document, you go here. I'm going to try and pull something from one of the customers that we have here. So what's a good example? Fitness, there we go. So if you're needing a liability waiver, right? Type in liability waiver. If you need a gym waiver, there it is there. We also have a COVID return to work policies. So what you would do, you just jump in, you type in the keyword. If you're the website designer, right, type in service, you can have all the services agreements for your web design business. So web design services agreement, we've got probably best off typing in web. So we've got web development agreement, web advertising agreement, web design services agreements, and then all the website terms and conditions on here. For the people that haven't yet set their business up, like from the website side of things, a new feature that we've just recently introduced is the workflows. So you can actually get access to these and add a workflow in for one, hiring employees, and one, building a website out as well. So what you do, you hit build a website and you choose, what is my website? Is it a goods? Is it a service? Is it a blog? Is it a consignment store? Am I selling services? So let's just say we're selling our services. That's a part of our business. Hit next. Have you already got a domain and website set up? Yes. Do you collect personal information? Yes, you do. Where are your customers based? Now, this is going to choose the document that you're required to have for the location. So is it going to be a GDPR privacy policy if we're worldwide, or is it going to be a standard privacy policy? For us, we're going to get the GDPR because we're doing services all around the world. Do you get affiliate links? Absolutely. What is the thing called? Start a website. Great. Create a workflow. Now, this is a little checklist that we've built into the plan. So what you'd be able to do is have a bit of a step-by-step guide of what we need. Now, I'm just going to answer a couple of questions that I've got in here. Just see them. Do you need to lodge your invoice with the government? Absolutely, yes, yes, you do. To claim the full rebate, you need to get the government. So what it is, let me go through the process again. Perfect. Go to Vic program. Great. You then purchase the subscription here. Let's get the right one up. In the meantime, any questions? Sorry about this. While it loads, any questions, throw them at me. Okay. Okay. So if you don't know if you're eligible, click check if I'm eligible. What happens then? You're eligible, which is great. Then you purchase the subscription, you pay here it is here, enter the ABN that's eligible, and then you get access to that. Now, here is the government site that gives you a good overview of what the grant is, which is super useful. It's $1,200 to use on services. You enter in your ABN, and I believe this one is valid. Perfect, your ABN is valid. Now, what happens if you enter an ABN that isn't valid? It's going to say ineligible. So you go through that, or you can do it on our website, whichever is easier. Once you've got that green tick and it says, yes, you're eligible, you then purchase the subscription. So once it goes through, it'll say, yes, I'm eligible. And then congratulations, click here, what you can do. You can then purchase, get it now, the legal advice plan. So you're getting 14 months of access. You pay for that. We will send you the invoice right away. And then this is what you go to the government and say, great, I've purchased my subscription, and go through the claim process. It takes about 5 minutes to go through, and you would get unlimited access to those to the lawyer calls. That is how the process works. So check your ABN, purchase the plan, get the invoice sent back, get all the funds sent back to you. Now, obviously, this has been running for a number of months now, and we've got a whole lot of clients that have already gotten back their full $1,200 that they've got. They're now on the legal advice plan, and they've been getting unlimited 30-minute calls with our lawyers. So, has anyone got any questions about the claiming process? Because what I wanted to do is jump in on what the legal advice plan is, how it works, and the whole function of why you actually would want to do this. So where do I submit it? Perfect. So where you submit it is in the form. Let me just find it. They've changed the website on me. Now I'm doing it live. It makes it ineligible. Here we go. So when you're eligible, it says thank you, your ABN is valid. You then go and apply for a purchase rebate. One of the things, actually a good question that's just been raised, Shish, good question. Can I, if I spend $1,068, can I use the rest of the funds on something else, like on the other products on there? Absolutely, you can. Most people have Xero or MyOb. They already have an accounting system set up. So these are the products and services that you get access to. You get food and beverage. So obviously you can't buy food and beverage. It's for the food guide. It's all business related. So the ones that are most relevant are the website ones, Xero, if you don't already have a accounting software. But most of the time, if you've been in business for 2 years, you already have a lot of these things set up. Where people neglect are the legal services. So if you have a look through those, see if they're going to be relevant for you. And if they are, great, you can purchase Lawpath and you can purchase another one and be able to get access to all of those as well. So being our essentials clients, what happens is you guys get access to all 350 legal documents. They're all downloadable into PDF. They're all downloadable into Word. Now, what I imagine has actually happened for you guys is that you've been filling out a document, you've been entering your information, you're a tradie, you're filling in a services agreement, you're about to go in there and sort someone out for that. What happens is you see a bit of a clause here that says limitation of liability relating to X. You don't know what that clause means. So what do you actually do? Well, most people just kind of move on and just deal with it. But what you can actually do is jump on the phone with a lawyer and have a conversation and understand exactly what you're putting forward to your clients. So that is super valuable. Maybe another, probably a better example is if you're starting to get leads or website advertising, right? You're dealing with a marketer. No offense to the marketers on here. But what happens is they put forward a contract to you and you're like, yep, absolutely. I want to advertise on Facebook. I want to advertise on LinkedIn. I want to get all these leads. That's going to be fantastic. And then they send you their agreement and you understand what it is, right? You know, it's an advertising agreement, but what you don't understand is this clause here. What does this clause mean? Well, what you normally would do is just, speak to a lawyer, pay $500. Hey, I just want to confirm what this clause means and make sure that I'm okay. Well, you don't have to spend that crazy amount of money anymore. With us, this happens all the time. A client gets a document in front of them. Hey, just working with this advertising agency. I'm not entirely sure what this means. Book a time with the lawyer. You go to lawyer consultations, set up a call. Now, the legal matters can't be, personal, family. It's all about your business. You tick these off just to make sure. Choose the area of law that you're interested in. So we have dedicated experts on our plan, on our lawyers. So you're not just getting generalist lawyers. So if you've got a employment law question, you're going to get our employment lawyer. So rather than going, what's the saying, an inch deep, a mile wide, we're going a mile deep on our expertise. So if you get a real and tricky employment question, great, jump on the phone with a lawyer and have a conversation about that. You would book in commercial law, you enter in all of this, all the questions. The better the brief, that's why we have it limited to a whole heap of characters. You have to have over 120. The better the question, the better the answer, just like with anything in life. So you can say, hey, Mr. Lawyer, I'm dealing with this advertising agreement. There are a couple of things in this contract that I don't understand. You can upload your own document, or you can upload one that's in your library. So the question I have is on page 3, there is a clause that I don't understand. On page 6, I don't understand this one, and I want to understand the implications. Then on page 23, there's one, and then on page 26, there is one. Perfect. You then book in a time that suits you, right? Look at this. Today is the 24th. Obviously, there's nothing available now, but within 24 to 48 hours, you can jump on the phone with a lawyer and discuss what that clause means and how it affects you. So tomorrow at 1 p.m., you could be speaking to a lawyer with over 10 years experience in commercial law to understand that clause or whatever your commercial matter is. You book in that call, boom, done. You'll then find your lawyer consultations under here. So you can see all the ones that I've had, and there they are there. So what that would then do is the lawyer would then call you bang on that time. They would call you at that time and say, hey, Mr. Customer, you build a relationship with them over time. So obviously they have a bit of an understanding. They would say, hey, look, let's go through this document together. Let's understand it a little bit more. Okay, well, what this clause means is every time this company brings a lead in for you, they own the rights to that lead. Do you want that? And you say, heck no, obviously I don't. Great, cross it out. Cross that out and let's move on. Boom, move on to the next one, move on to the next one, move on to the next one. And you can do this for absolutely anything in your business. So you can discuss, a clause in an employment agreement, discuss a clause in a services agreement, a client services agreement, client engagement document. You can talk about employment. So how to hire someone, how to fire someone, the difference between an independent contractor or a full-time employee. Any of the workplace policies that you would actually need. So like if you go to our platform, a little hidden gem is our employee handbook. So everyone who hasn't got one of these, type in handbook, search it up. And what this is a document that has all our, not all of them, sorry, it's got the key policies, IT, drugs and alcohol, anti-discrimination, all of these inside of it. So you click create document, you enter in some basic information, it gives you all the policies. So you can have those conversations with the lawyer about, hey, what policies do I actually need in my business? I want to make sure that I'm doing this right. Hey, I've just gotten an email from an ex-employee who said that I fired him under unfair dismissal. What do I do? Hey, I'm dealing with a staff member that I need to actually let go. They're doing poor performance. What is the way to actually let someone go? They're past their probation. What do I do? Here are all our policies. There's a pandemic policy. There's a return to work policy following COVID. There are cybersecurity breach, data breach policies. All of these are built into the platform that you already get access to. Where the value is you can just jump on a phone with the lawyer. I've got a question here from Natasha. What happens if I choose the wrong category? Now, this is not a fully automated system. What I mean is we're very good at automation, but we realize that obviously we have to have, a human eye go over this. So what happens is you would select, contract review, and we would then assign, okay, well, this is regarding a commercial property law. So this is going to go to our property expert, or this is contract review and it's for a startup capital raising. So we would do all of that for you and we'd assign it to the right person. So you don't have to stress out too much about that. Just write in your brief. The more information, the better it is, which is great. The next one you can cover off trademarks, right? What is a trademark? How does it work? What class do I need? What's the process? How are we getting involved with that? Anything to do with intellectual property. What is my intellectual property? How do I assign the intellectual property? How do I make sure my business is secure? How do I structure it correctly? Do I need a trust? All of that. Privacy, shareholder arrangements, issuing shares, changing ownership. All of these get a lot of legal questions. The accountants in the group are probably going to get a few on there as well. Fantastic. Thank you, Angela, for your kind words. Angela has said, I would like to say, well done, Joe. Very, very great tempo to your voice. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. But then there is some extra feedback around the presentation to go back and show you the process. So happy to do that. Let's make the screen big. How do you claim this grant? Check your eligibility, make sure that you're eligible, purchase the legal advice plan under that $1,200 grant, under the $1,200, apply for the rebate once we send you the invoice, and then you get that grant. Those funds back within 6 weeks. So really the only reason why you shouldn't be doing this is because you can't afford $1,200 in a 6-week period for the next 6 weeks, because once you purchase the subscription, you will go through the plan and then you'll get access to that. So anyone that wants to go through that, you can do that now. Go ahead and jump on the platform. I will send you the correct link and then go purchase the plan. And then you'll pay the $1,200 and then we will take you through the form. Sorry, we won't take you through the form. We're going to have another presentation later on talking about that, and you'll be able to do that. So you go Vic program info, which is just in the comments there, which is that information page. Jump on there. Enter your ABN, which I have here. Enter your ABN, check if you're eligible, which we most likely are, which is fantastic. Great, then click here to view the assistance you're eligible for. And that's where the $1,200, you hit get it now, and that gives you access to the plan. Now, the next question most people get is, what happens next, right? What happens after I've signed up to the legal advice plan? So this isn't just, buy it and see you later. What happens is you get a dedicated account manager. Her name's Leanne. And her job is to look after everyone on the legal advice plan. So what happens is you do an onboarding with her. So she'll run you through the platform. She'll show you any of the little tips and tricks, kind of like what I did with that handbook. But she'll also show you how to book in your first call with a lawyer. Now, what we like the first call to be about is a discovery call. So what a discovery call is where you kind of sit down with a lawyer and cover off what the next tell them about your business, right? It's all open-ended question. What's your business? How does it work? Etc. And then they're going to lay a bit of a roadmap out of the next 3, 6, 12 months of what it's going to look like for you. So that way you've got a bit of a gauge of where you need to go. And then you've got some momentum going, and then you can have those check-in calls. Hey, just bit of an emergency here. I'm dealing with my commercial lease. They're not giving me a discount. There's COVID. What the heck are the new rules? I know Victoria love changing the rules on commercial leases. What do I do? Our guys are fully across all of these things, so they'd be able to give you the update of saying, okay, we'll do this, this, and this. Anything about loans, anything about trusts, anything about debt recovery, they can cover that stuff off for you. Okay, any questions? Thanks for staying with me so far. I hope I haven't been too boring on this. But for those customers that are happy to get set up now, I've just sent that new link. That's going to take you directly to here. So for the people that already know that they are eligible, that'll take you straight to that form. You can then click get it now. It's going to give you access. It's then going to send you a onboarding email to be able to book in a call with your lawyer, with Leanne, to do the onboarding and then book in your call with the lawyer, which is awesome. So that is the plan. Lawyer consultations, set up a call. Within 48 hours, you'll be able to do that. Now, some of the questions, I'm just going to have a look through the questions. Can the rebate program close before December if the demand is high? Good question. Good question. Yes. Going back to what I was saying before, Dan Andrews has committed $20 million. So what that means is as soon as that $20 million is up, it's gone. There's no digital adaptation program. So this is a get in before it runs out. So December 5th is the cutoff date where they're saying, okay, this is done. We're going to use the funds elsewhere. But up until that point, it could run out tomorrow. Now, it's not going to run out tomorrow, but it will run out when everyone starts getting access to the funds. So it's a pool of money, and if you don't use it, you lose it. So check your eligibility, purchase the legal advice plan, you'll be able to get access to all of that. So that is how that works. Now, again, one of the things I think I might not have made too clear is that there are two prices. You can purchase the $1,068, which is 12 months access, or you can purchase the $1,200, which is utilizing the full grant for 14 months access. So you get an extra 2 months on this one to be able to use unlimited 30-minute calls. Is the scheme only available for non-incorporated businesses? No, Gail, no. So you can be a sole trader, you can be a small business. Oh, no, it was in the slideshow. Yeah, you can be anything. It doesn't matter. Sole trader, micro business, or small business. So it's just an ABN. So if you have a sole trader ABN and also a company ABN, you would actually be eligible for both. So you'd be able to get $1,000 for one entity and sorry, $1,200 for one entity and $1,200 for another one, which is pretty good. Not a bad day at the races. Going back to what I was talking about here with the website form. So we've got these workflows built in. Start the website. And then these are really handy, like creating business plans. You've probably already done these ones. You check them off as you go. The really core ones are the ones that have important. These are the legal documents. So create a services agreement, create a website terms and conditions, create a GDPR privacy policy. These are all the documentation to make sure that you have your website set up. What about cookie policy? Hey, I'm in a bit of an odd industry here where I'm handling a lot of personal data. What do? Well, you can jump on our live chat. They can help you out with customer questions and trying to find documents. They're very quick, but they can't answer legal questions. That's where our legal advice plan comes in. You jump on the phone, you set up a call. They would run through exactly what you're looking to do, what the data breach policy is for you, and how you can structure that. Okay, so there is another question here about how does it work with the 30-minute calls? Okay, what happens if we go over? Really good question. So the way it works is we've got lawyers with over 10, 15 years experience in commercial law. So one of the challenges, one of the things that we get, I guess, is, hey, I'm, in this business. This is the first time a staff member's ever walked off site. I've never had anyone steal my company data. I've never had to, fire someone. This is what we get every single day. These are the things that our lawyers deal with. So it's very easy to get through a whole heap of information. In the last 30 minutes, I've covered off a whole heap of information with you guys and covered a whole heap. So usually the lawyers, it's 90, 95% of the calls do not go over 30 minutes. So a good example, if the call does go over 30 minutes, is the lawyer will stop you there. There won't be any charge. They'll say, hey, Mr. Customer, it looks like we're going to get to the 30-minute mark. What I recommend is you do this, 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 and this. And now you can go out there and get that done. Alternatively, we can continue the conversation and it will be at a fixed rate for the next period of time, which is good to know. So you always know exactly what it is. Another example is if you want a trademark, right? If you need a trademark for your business, the lawyer's job is to tell you what it is, what the next steps are, what you should expect to pay, and what you should be doing next from a legal perspective. The legal advice that they're giving you is covered under the lawyer's legal indemnity insurance. So this is not just general legal. It's all about covering you under their legal indemnity insurance or specific legal advice for you. So what they would do is say, hey, you need to get a trademark in this class, this class, this class, and you should also consider this area as well, which is great. You can then go out there with that information. Before they say this class, this class, this class, and then they would say, what you should expect to pay out there in the real world is anywhere between, $1,500, I'm just making up numbers, $1,500 to $1,800. Anything over $1,800, you're not getting your value worth. So don't do it. Make sure that you stick under that. Now, these are real lawyers that are doing real legal work, so they will throw their hat in the ring. You have the right, but not the obligation to go ahead with that lawyer. So a lot of people get access to that information, go out there and implement it. But our lawyers would say, hey, I can do a trademark for you. I'll do it for, $1,500. But you have the right, but not the obligation to go there. We also have a lawyer marketplace where we get fixed price quotes for the lawyers. Some of you have already used it. I see some recurring customers coming back where they get a quote from from lawyers all over Australia for these things. So it's really good to jump on the call with a lawyer, understand where you're going, and then get given some quotes and know where you need to go next. Perfect. Okay, great. So just to recap what we've talked about here, the Victorian government grant, it's back. Yep, $1,200. $1,200 for you to get access. You need to have an ABN registered before September 2019. Sorry, I have to keep repeating myself. Check your eligibility, purchase the legal advice plan, and apply for the grant. It's as easy as that. When we send you the confirmation email, we send you the email to claim the grant. You get the full $1,200 back. So if you go to this link here that's in the channel, click it twice, you can then purchase the legal advice plan, and you could be on the phone with a lawyer tomorrow to talk about any of the questions that you get. Intellectual property, unfair dismissal, anything to do with your commercial business. Now, another question that gets raised a lot is, hey, I've got a legal document in front of me. Is it just the Lawpath documents, or is it any document outside of the platform? We don't mind. It's any document outside of the platform. So if you've got a non-disclosure agreement from an investor, if you've got a your services agreement from another supplier, that's absolutely fine. These are real lawyers that would be able to answer any of those questions that you have. Now, you purchase it, click the Get It Now button. That is there. We then send you the invoice. It's all there in your account, so you'd be able to find your invoice here as well. Go here. You can see here, Small Business Essentials. This is just a normal account. Sorry, not a normal account. It's a test account, my account. But then you would see the invoice there, and you'd be able to see, there it is. This is the invoice the government wants. You then go through the email that we send you, or you can go through the link here through the government website and then claim the rebate. Takes about 5 minutes to fill the form in. Super simple, super easy. Are there any questions? I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking, but then again, no one else is going to be talking back to me. So I always like to answer questions. So jump in there with any of the questions you get, or anything of the platform that you would like me to walk through. Great. So anyone that's kind of on the fence, just go to lawpath.com/Vic-program, jump on one of those links that's been popped into the channel, check if you're eligible. It's worth a shot. If you are, sign up for a free account, but you already are on the platform. So all you need to do is go to that link that I previously had. You'll be able to do that. But I think that is pretty much the show. I know we scheduled an hour for this, but I think we've covered off a whole heap. You also have access to our partner offers as well if you haven't taken advantage of them yet. Have a bit of a go through. We've added more. It's all built into there. But this is the process again. Set up a call with a lawyer. Make sure it's a commercial business matter. We don't do personal. Choose the thing. Enter in the information. Boom. Select the document, and then jump on the phone with a lawyer tomorrow, the next day, the day after, whenever suits you. It's entirely up to you guys, and that lawyer will call you and walk you through. But if you would like help going through the process, we do have obviously people to help through. So yeah, pop a yes in the comments in the chat bar if you would like us to reach out and kind of give you a bit more of a guide or walk you through the process. I know I've covered a lot and been jumping around to different screens and everything. So pop a yes in the comments if you want us to give you a call and walk through it. That'd be great. But yeah, that is pretty much the show. Thank you very much, guys. If you get any questions at all, as always, jump on the live chat, send us a message, and our team will get back to you as soon as possible. Amazing. Any questions? I just want to get any more questions on here. Perfect. Any questions? I registered an ABN for a sole trader. Great. Perfect. Yes, being a sole trader is absolutely fine. It's not a problem. It's just an ABN. It doesn't have to be an ACN. So you would be eligible as long as it's before September 2019 and registered in Victoria. Amazing. And actually, one thing I forgot to mention is if you refer a friend to us and your friend purchases the plan, you actually get 3 months free on top of this. So if you're having a chat with, your other business friends, and like, have you claimed the grant yet? No. Okay, great. Well, I'll send you a link and you'll be able to do that. We'll add an extra 3 months free of legal advice to your plan. Absolutely fine. Okay, great. Well, that is pretty much everything for me. I'm going to clock off unless there's any more questions. I'll give you a few minutes. Thank you for attending, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.